one of the pivotal aspects of the Warehouse District in the arts is Voices from the Warehouse District. That's a show that is now in its 9th year. So 10 years ago, I was in Chicago and I was talking to my sister-in-law, who is a internationally respected author and psychic intuitive counselor. And she just said, "Gene, trust your art. Just trust your art." So I held on to those words as I was driving home that day. And I thought, okay, I'm going to trust my art. And I'm going to go out and show my art more. So I conceptualized this thing called Voices from the Warehouse District, that I was going to grab a floor in the warehouse and just start putting my work in there and have a show. That was going to be a one-man show. And I thought, the possibilities are too big. So at that time I was working with, I was on a committee for the Dubuque Museum of Art, and it was the marketing and membership. And I thought, once again, this is kind of a dull little place. So let's do something different. And so I went to them and proposed that we put on the show called Voices from the Warehouse District in a 12,000 square foot warehouse on the second floor of the building adjacent here. And they were all over it. They said, that sounds like a really great idea. So I went out and spending a lot of my own money, a lot of my time, and recruiting absolutely everybody I could find to come and help clean this place up. Recruited 10 artist friends of mine and said, come on in, we're going to put this show on together. And it's going to be a show of voices from the warehouse, voices of social comment. We had some just fabulous, fabulous offerings from the artists that came in there and worked for hours and hours to put these shows together, or this particular show. Having no idea how this was going to be pulled off. It was really unprecedented. I remember working on the Saturday afternoon and going, I wonder if I'm crazy. I wonder if we're just all crazy to be doing this. And that night, the artist reception and the opening of the show, 600 people came to that show. And it was like, okay, all right, well, this is good. That was one show. And I thought, okay, great. Close the book, lock the door. We're going home, people. That was a lot of work. So everyone was going, oh, that was so much fun. Let's do it again. I'm going, okay. I was a little reluctant, second year. Third year, a little more reluctant, but pulled it off again. The show kept growing, and the fourth and fifth year, Paula Newhouse and Aaron Hafel, I recruited them to take over the show. I was tired. I just played a backseat role, supported it, did lighting, and helped out with a lot of the construction and stuff like that, and still involved. But so they lasted for a couple of years and said, this is too much work, and I was ready to let the show go then. So it would have been after 5 years. So Jerry Schaefer then was the person she was the director of the Dubuque Museum of Art at the time that I first proposed the show. She came to me and she said, Gene, this is too much. The city needs this energy. Let's do the show again. So I said, okay, I'm back in. So here it is, year 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and we're still cruising.